With Spider-Man already having entered the multiverse and experiencing what it's like to meet other versions of himself 2 times already on the big screen with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and of course the recently released Spider-Man No Way Home, it's crazy to think that in just a handful of years we will already have seen 3 multiversal Spider-Verse films in theaters. And as far as we know and as far as we can see, this is just the start. So let's talk about how Spider-Verse 2 will connect to the bigger live-action Spider-Man universe that Sony and Marvel Studios are both building out. So obviously, if you've been following the news, you know that Spider-Man 4 is going to be about Peter Parker more or less sort of outside the public spotlight because nobody remembers Peter Parker. It's all about Spider-Man. They remember him, but again, Peter's life has been tossed into turmoil due to the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home, the spell, and of course everything that went on with the repercussions of the spell and what it did. Now, of course, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, we saw all those different Spider-Man villains and characters up in the sky. It was made very clear that this was a Sony intent. Now again, it's not the first time we've seen something like this. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse explores tons of Spider-Men from across different universes, and the upcoming Spider-Verse 2 will further go into that. And of course, the third entry, Beyond the Spider-Verse, sounds like it's going to be even bigger by all accounts. So when we talk about Spider-Man and the Web of Life as it appears in the Spider-Verse films and what we've already seen in the MCU, we should take note of the fact that the upcoming Madam Web film has that at its central core, and that Madam Web will be tapping into this, along with what looks to be some sort of version of Morlun who's after spider totems. And according to everything from what we know from Madam Web, they are after what seems to be Spider-Man Prime, or at least that's what they're going to position him as, and he's essentially not born yet, so they're doing that whole Terminator thing where a Terminator, for lack of a better term, aka one of these inheritors, is going after Peter Parker's mom, which again makes sense for the story that they're telling here. What's more important here also is the fact that we've already seen a connection with a character like Venom to Spider-Man because he's able to tap into the symbiotes across the multiverse and identifies him easily. We saw that at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage, and of course with Spider-Man No Way Home again with Venom's appearance. We see that Miguel O'Hara 2099 is already playing an important role in the future of Spider-Man with his role in the upcoming Spider-Verse sequel. And at the same time, if you just dig a little bit deeper, we see that they've already teased multiple Spider-Man connections with the upcoming Silk series, which will also be spinning off its own web of interconnected shows on Amazon. Last we knew, they were developing a handful, so let's just say 4 to 5 more than likely. And again, going to Spider-Verse 2 because that's our next big Spider-Man project, it's interesting how they keep positioning the Web of Life as something that's important to all Spider-Men. Obviously, it's going to have to play a big role down the road, and if you even look very closely, and most of you I think have noticed, we get the bombastic Bagman in the upcoming Spider-Verse film. Again, that's a Spider-Man connection that's connected directly to the Fantastic Four, which is a Marvel property, and there would have been discussion about using that. So again, there's more at work here than what meets the eye. And I think in a couple of years, once they lay out the Spider-Man MCU plans, we're going to have a better picture of what exactly the ultimate end goal is. And I will not be surprised when all of it is interconnected with the Web of Life.